You know, a lot of people were hoping for a resignation, but today, Howard County Sheriff James Fitzgerald vowed to stay on the job. Calls for him to step down started last week after a human rights investigation found that the sheriff discriminated against another employee. In Focus reporter Mallory Safaste takes a closer look at how now elected officials working behind the scenes to remove Fitzgerald from office.
Kelly, since the sheriff won't resign, the county executive is asking lawmakers in Annapolis to begin the impeachment process. But it's tricky. We were unable to find any instance of a Maryland elected official ever being impeached.
I will continue to serve the citizens of Howard County. I hope that you, as the community, citizens, friends, co-workers, will help me and allow me to do the job, to continue to do the job that I've been elected to do.
The sheriff gave a brief statement, didn't take any questions, and made no indication that he would be caving in to calls for his resignation.
Sheriff Fitzgerald needs to resign. He needs to step down. It's not acceptable to have a racist, sexist person in office.
Protesters outside the event upset with his decision to not step down. Officials also expressed their disappointment. In a statement, Howard County Council Chairman Calvin Ball said, quote, "Despite your refusal to resign, this letter is to inform you that I can no longer recognize you as the sheriff of Howard County. Should you continue to fail to resign, I will ask the county executive and the governor to explore alternative means of fulfilling the functions of your office." The backlash comes from a report issued by the Office of Human Rights that found that Sheriff Fitzgerald discriminated against Lieutenant Charles Gable.
The complaint was filed by a former deputy who I have known for 30-plus years. 30-plus years.
The deputy alleged that Fitzgerald created a hostile work environment after he failed to support Fitzgerald's run for office in 2010. He called Fitzgerald the poster child for bigotry, bullying, and temper tantrums. Fitzgerald denied making negative comments against African Americans and said he's committed to diversifying the sheriff's office.
Currently, our office has 69 filled positions. Of that number, 19 positions are filled by African Americans. Of the 19 positions, 14 positions were hired during my 10 years as sheriff, African Americans.
The Office of Human Rights also found instances of Sheriff Fitzgerald making derogatory comments about females and Jewish people.
This is a very clear, obvious case where someone who is armed and has a great deal of power is being very obviously racist and sexist, and we need to say no. We need to say you can't continue to be armed and given power over other people.
But since he's not resigning, officials are reviewing their options. County Executive Allan Kittleman asked the Howard County State Delegation to explore the possibility of impeachment. The chairs of the delegation are working with the Attorney General's office to review all of their options and to better understand the impeachment process. Their initial understanding is that the delegation would make the request to the House. If the House votes in favor, then it'd go to the Senate. There would need to be a trial and then a 2/3 majority vote to formally impeach the sheriff. Kelly?